Hello, this is Dimitri with Ukidz LLC, UGears.us. Today we're going to be doing the assembly of NASA Lunar Rover. We got one of the slightly damaged boxes here, which usually in a lot of cases is not a problem. It's just because the boards should be theoretically intact, but we'll open it up in a second and check it out. So let's go ahead and use the same procedure to open it up as any other new models that we have. It is kind of like a peel off, little pre-cut piece here on the side, and then we're just pulling the flap open and get everything out of the box. And so, as I mentioned, as you can see, there's damage here, which is not a big deal. There's damage on the box. Should be fine. Sometimes you see us selling these on eBay, and most of the time, as I said, the wood is not damaged, right? I mean, the part may be falling out or something like that, but even if it is, we will do replacement. UGears will do the replacement. It's just damaged box. You get a little bit of a discount. Check out eBay for that under Ukidz. So we have some in there. So this model consists of three regular size boards. We have a little sign here for NASA. It says Lunar Rover vehicle. Gives you some specifications on the model. The model that actually went to the moon. And the model that we're going to be building here. So anyway, I'm going to take everything out. There's also an envelope with all the parts that you need for the assembly, additional parts. So we got a bunch of different rubber bands in here. We have, let's see, let me get everything out. Make sure we have all of it. Because sometimes like, little rubber bands get stuck in there, like this guy right here, and you may be missing one, but they're all in there. So let's see, we got a little sticker with the NASA emblem. Okay, that's good. Gonna put it aside. I'm gonna put it, we have wax stick as always. I do have some extras, so I'm gonna be using the used one, so I'll have extras in case if I need it. We have obviously the sandpaper. Sometimes I prefer to use my little precision file, which I find it a little bit easier to use on the specifically round parts. We have tons of different rubber bands, so we have some thick ones, quite a few. We have a 1.5 millimeter. These are 5 millimeter, I think, if I remember correctly. Maybe not, maybe 3. So we have 1.5 millimeter and then a bunch of little ones, little guys. So I'm gonna collect all these rubber bands, put them aside. We'll come to them during the assembly, and that's when we're gonna use them. These little ones, same thing. I'm gonna put them on the side, make sure we don't lose them. And then obviously you have a spring that's gonna be used in the assembly. There's also assembly instructions inside the box, which pretty cool. I mean, easy to use. I want to say not pretty cool, but easy to use, step-by-step instructions. All right, so let's go start on it. First, as always, there is assembly instructions. Remove the parts carefully. Make sure you don't break them. Use the knife to cut out if you need to be. I use one of these hobby knives to cut sometimes the parts out. Most of the time just push them out from the front towards the back. Make sure you wax everything, and then to reduce the friction. So that's what it is. Obviously the warning, do not use the candle and do not light it up to soften it up. You don't need to. If you want a softer candle, my recommendation would be to use a teacup candle. This wax is much softer when you break it and when you have it in your fingers. It gets very soft, almost to the point of leaking. All right, so we're on page number 3. There's some symbols that we have during the assembly in the booklet. Exclamation mark, pay close attention. to make sure you insert the parts correctly or sub-assemblies correctly. When you see sandpaper, you need to sand the parts. This is wax, right? So it's got a little toothpick, a gear, and a tea light candle, the one that I just showed you. So you need to make sure to wax the parts. If you see symbol like this is 2 gears with 2 arrows. That means that's a mechanical connection, so you need to check to make sure it's operational. And then scissors, that's when you need to cut, obviously. There's some spare parts on the boards. You will see a little plus symbol next to it, an arrow, or just a plus symbol if it's like within a little small cutout portion. So you know those are spare parts, extra parts, just in case if you break something during the assembly. Those are smaller, more fragile. And so before you contact us for the replacement or contact the manufacturer, you can see if you have those. For the contacts, it's info@ugears.us or customer service at ugearsmodels.com. You can also go to manufacturer's website, which is ugearsmodels.com. And you can fill out a form there for the part that you need. Or as I said, send us a mail. Unfortunately, our site does not have that option because we don't have as many parts, and we need to see if we have it in stock or not before we can either send it to you or forward you to the manufacturer. Well, obviously, if you bought it on our website or in any of the local stores in the US, we will replace it at no charge. If you purchase it on Amazon or on the manufacturer's website, there's going to be a small shipping fee. Or you can contact the manufacturer for the free shipping, free part, but it'll take a little bit longer to get. The last section here, that there is this helping tool, and the helping tool is on board number 3. It's in the bottom right corner, so you can use it to assemble or help you push the parts out and push some parts together. You'll see me doing it during the assembly, so you'll figure out how to use it as you watch the video. All right, we're on page number 4. First step, we need parts number 1, 2, 3, and 4. 2 number 3s. So part number 3, bottom right corner, right away, this is fairly visible. So we need 2 of those, 1 and 2. We'll need part number 1. Part number 1 is going to be in the top right corner. Part number 2. Let's see where we will find part number 2. A little bit below. There's 1, 2, 3, 4 number 1s and 1, 2, 3, 4 number 2s. So I don't know if we need, probably going to be some different assemblies on there, but part number 2 and part number 4. Part number 4 is at the top, right at the center. So we just need 1 of those. All right, so we need to sand and wax part number 3. As I said, I prefer to use my precision file, or you can use the sandpaper to do that. So you just need to sand down these connection points where the part was connected to the board. Once again, it's going to be a rotational part, so you need to make sure the surface is smooth. And I'm going to use my older wax stick. Actually, this one's not very comfortable, so I'm going to use a little newer one. Once again, when the wax is applied, there's still friction in the parts. I mean, you will need to work those parts in and out a little bit during when you put the assembly together, or at the end once you start the working of the mechanism. All right, so we have part number 1. We have these little tabs on the sides here, so that's where and then exclamation point, make sure this little larger opening is on the left and smaller opening is on the right. So we have part number 3, they go on these little tabs on the side. They are, openings are rectangular, so make sure you fit them correctly onto the assembly so it sits nice and tight. Then part number 2 is going to go with the little lips. It's going to go to the top. there's like 3 rectangular openings, so I'm gonna insert it all the way. And I'm gonna use my helping tool just to give me a little bit of a leverage. It needs to go all the way in to sit flush. Here we go. And then part number 4 is gonna go on the center tab here, away from you. So it's gonna be on this last little rectangular connector, and make sure you insert it all the way. All right, step number 2, we need part number 5. Part number 5 is in the top right corner, and that one we do need to send the little connection points all around, and we need to wax it all around too. So this one, we need to insert it. Let's see. So we have once again exclamation point. Make sure with the thicker lines, I guess, away from you. And so there's like a little U shape. Should be facing towards top, a little bit to angle to the left. So that's the way you insert it. There's 1 opening and 2 on the bottom. So that one goes on the top, part number 4, and then the other 2 bottom ones go into part number 1. So just make sure you get those aligned, and as you squeeze them through, press on the parts to get it nice and flush. All right, step number 3, we need parts number 7 and 6. 6 is going to be a little bit to the right of the center line, slightly above the middle. And part number 7 is going to be to the left of the center line, in the top left quadrant. Need to make sure that these 2 tabs are waxed, and when you wax the tabs, that makes it easier to insert them into the other part. So that one's waxed, and then we want to wax the top tabs on part number 6. So when we take this sub-assembly that we just have with that large round piece away from you, part number 6 is going to go on the right with these little tabs, 2 tabs up, and then part number 7 is going to go on the left hand side with all tabs facing towards you. And then we insert part number 8 in step number 4. Part number 8 is going to be a little bit above the middle to the left of the center line here. That's going to go right from the front. There's one round hole and 2 kind of like 1 small round and 1 square. That's going to go on the left, and then the slot going to go on the right hand side. Let's see. So they're going to go onto on the bottom here of part number 7 and squeeze it as far as we can. And then let's see, then we rotate this up, part number 7, and then we kind of slide part number 8 towards the top, and we push part number 6 onto it. So it's kind of like a flap that can open only about 90 degrees. All right, so that's our part A1. And we put it on the side. Step number 1 on the bottom. Same thing, 1, 2, 3, 4. So let's see, part number 1, top right corner. 2 is right below it. And it seems like we're going to be using a lot of them. And then part number 3 on the bottom here. 1, 2. And then part number 4 top at the center line. And same scenario, so we just need to send the part number 3 all around. Make sure you just send the connection points. That's what we're trying to get rid of. Wax it. because there's going to be a moving component over it, so you want to reduce the friction of the wood. Alrighty, and then similar situation, except that smaller hole is going to be on the left hand side now. So we insert part number 3 on the bottom 2 tabs that are closer to you. Then part number 2 is going to go into these 3 holes in the middle from the front, from the top, and make sure that the smaller opening is to the left this time. And then part number 4 is going to go at the top, and make sure it's inserted all the way in. There you go. All right, step number 2, part number 5, top left corner, and same thing. We're waxing all around, getting rid of these little connection points that are sticking out, and we do need to wax it. Front face, once again, is going to be away from you, and then the U shape is on the left hand side facing towards top right. So similar scenario, inserted the bottom 2 holes into part number 1 and top hole into part number 4, and then we need 6 and 7. So same thing, a little bit above the middle to the right of the center line is for part number 6, and for part number 7 it's about halfway to the top from the middle on the left hand side of the center line. Same thing, we're waxing these little tabs here, and then this time part number 6 is going to go on the left hand side with the tabs facing up, and part number 7 is going to go on the right hand side with the tabs facing towards you. Moving on to the page number 5, and page number 5 we need step number 4. Hold on one second, I'm just checking because for some reason we don't need to duplicate anything. I'm just checking because we have there are 4 parts highlighted, but it seems like we're only using 2 so far. So I just want to double check on that, make sure that little icon overlooked. So I'm just going to circle it for the future as a feedback. All right, so that's our step number 4 on page number 5. We need part number 8. Part number 8 is on the to the left of the center line, a little bit above the middle. Interesting that part number 8 is only shown twice, so I guess we're correct. And then the same thing, the round hole goes into the part number 7 here. So that's the first step that we do. We insert it into part number 7. And then rotate part number 6 and insert it on the other side. Alrighty, and let's see. Part number 7, we do have a spare because mine just snapped. I'm going to move it over to the side, take it out from part number 8. So those things do happen, and once again we do send the replacement out, and some of them are available as a spare parts. So I don't see any spares on page number 1, so I'm assuming it's probably going to be on board number 3, be my assumption. Nothing there. Let's see. No, there's on board number 3, bottom left, there's a spare part number 7. So just need to be careful next time I insert it, just to make sure, because it looks like it's only 1. So I need to, once again, to wax these little tabs, put it over the part number 3, and then insert. And I think I snapped it when I was pushing it off the board, so kind of like I heard a little squeaking sound, but I didn't take anything out of it. So now part number 6 Same thing, you rotate it and insert port number 8 over it, and this portion moves 90 degrees. All right, that's our A2. Moving on, page number 5, top right, step number 1. We need parts number 3, 2 of them, still on board number 1. So 2 parts number 3. On the same little section here, the part number 11, and we will need, looks like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5 of those. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right, we will need parts number 10, 9 and 10. 9 and 10 are, 10 is to the right of the board, a little bit above the middle, and number 9 is right above it. And then part number 12. Part number 12 is on the left, right, in the middle here. So that's part number 12. And the way I'm pushing the parts out is that I try to find the connection points and kind of apply pressure around there. Okay, so what do we need here? We need part number 3. Sanded and waxed. So make sure you get all these connection points out, or connection lines. Sand them down a little bit, and we do need to apply wax on those. Alrighty, I'm gonna hold off onto these before I'll put the number 10, number 11s into part number 9 and 10. Let's see, need to apply a little bit of wax on here into this little slot. Alrighty, and let's see, part number, that's where my helping tool will come a little bit into play. So we need to apply part number 11 into these 5 holes. So they all should be along axis, long axis should be in a long direction. So what I do is, first I find a little hole, and then I use my helping tool to push it all the way in, make sure it sits flush. And then we need 4, let's see, the little X hole should be on the bottom right, as the closer, well, tab's closer to you, so it should be on the bottom right. And then we apply the, put number 11 into the other 3 square holes. Alright. 2, 3. All the way. And then I'm gonna put part number 12 over it first, and then apply, put the 3s on. So line up the holes, squeeze it in. The same thing on the number 11, that should be further away from you. I mean, there's only one way you can apply it. And let's see, there's no other exclamation point, so we're good. Part number 12 is on top. There's a little opening here towards the center. Let's see, and make sure that all the parts are completely flush. And then I'm going to put part number 3 on these little tabs on the right and left hand side. And let's see, we're moving on to the step number 2. We need part number 14, 2 of those. And part number 14, there's in the same bottom right corner where parts number 3 and 11, and there's some extras on the right hand side, right below the middle. So we need, let's see, 1, 2 of those for this sub-assembly, and we need part number 13. Part number 13 is on the right hand side here where parts number 14 are. So I guess I have to take these out, put them on the side, and not to forget, carefully remove part number 13 from this little section. And then once again, sending part number 14. Okay, sand and wax, and then we need to wax part number 13, those long stems, just to make sure we can push them through part number 12. So that's where it's gonna go. So all the way, because it's gonna get inserted all the way through from the top, and push it through these two little holes carefully, not to break the part. All right, all the way in, and then part number 14 is gonna go over these long stems and all the way down to be flush with the surface. And to lock this part number 13 in, we're moving on to the page number, we're still page number 5, moving step number 3 on the bottom here. We need 2 parts number 15. So 15s are right at the center here. And let's push them out with the help of the tool. All right, and then we need to make sure there's a little dot. So dot, we turn these little part number 3 towards you. And then it should go with the hole over this part number 14 that we just inserted, with the dot away from you. So on the right hand side. We need to push this little portion in, and then on the left hand side, same thing, the dot is away from you. Kind of insert it diagonally slightly to make sure it's this section is squeezed a little slightly, and then make sure it sits flush. Oh, we should have waxed it a little bit, but we did wax that internal piece number 9. Hold on, let me just make sure that I apply the wax so it doesn't have that much friction. Once again, the dot is away from you. Squeeze it in. And I'm gonna move out the other part, same thing, put a little bit of a wax on there. Dot is away from you, a little diagonally, and then put it over part number 14. There you go. Next step is part of number 4, part number 16. That one is a little bit below the middle to the left. And 2 parts number 14. I have got these out, so I might as well. That's the ones that are next to part number 13 there. Alrighty, and then same thing, we need to set the connection points all around. Okay, and put a little bit of wax. All right. I guess that's going to be our first wheel. So part number 16, we snap over that 13 all the way in, and then part number 14 to lock this up. And then we need our A1 and A2 for step number 5. So A2 is going to go on the right hand side. Let's see, so part number 7 is kind of like away from you, that long guy, so it's going to go into here. And then we put part number 7 into these 2 openings. And part number 6 on the other side into the other 2. So I need to make sure it's nice and lined up. And over the part number 14 there. Okay. number 17. That's the one that I missed. It should be in here, so I'm gonna push right side out a little bit, or part number 7, because I missed to put part number 17 in here. Make sure you don't do the same mistake. But I'm using that helping tool kind of to put a little bit of a pressure on the tabs, and it's separated enough. I need part number 17. It's a little bit below the middle on the left hand side here, and I'm gonna insert that right there. All right, so we're good on one side, and then part number A1 subassembly on the other side, once again with the part number 7 away. All right, over all the holes, and they go up and down like this. And then we need part number 18. I'm gonna clean up the surface here a little bit. Part number 18, that's on the board. We're still on board number 1, right at the center here. So we need 2 of those. Make sure not to lose them. And same thing, we do a little bit sanding on the outside to get these connection points leveled, nice and smooth. And let's see, there, like I see 3 of those. And then we put obviously the wax over it as a step number 2. And then it also shows that part number 17 should be in there. And in our case, it's right here. All right, so 14. Let's see, there is part number 18, sorry. That goes over this part number 13. 17 is out. And moving on to the page number 6. Step number 7, we need into this little X hole, we need parts number 19, 20, and 21. So let's see, that's still on board number 1. 20 is on the right here, right at the center line. Then we have part number 19, which is going to be a little bit above the middle on the right hand side. And part number 21 is right at the center line, a little bit above the middle there. So we need to sand, once again, all the cylindrical parts. Looks like they go into some kind of hole and will be some moving parts to it. So make sure you wax it. And then part number 19, it's going to go right into this little hole. From the side that you're watching it, and I would wax a little bit everywhere to make sure that it's inserted properly. So this is going to go into this little hole with the access a long way, as far as I can go. Then part number 20 is going to go right over it, flush with the whole thing. And then part number 21 is going to go over this whole subassembly with the this little tab sticking out. All right, so that's our A3 subassembly. Moving on to the page, we're still page number 6, moving on to the step number 1, top right corner. And we need part number 22. 22 is bottom left here, there are 2 of them. And we need 2 parts number 23. Parts number 23 will be right at the center line to the right, right in the middle to the right of the center line. We just need 2 of those, and then there's a little notch, so the notch is going to be away All right, so we have that little T here. This hole should be on the right hand side away from you. So the 23 is going to go in the two top holes on the left and right with a notch away from you, right? So one is on the right and one is on the left. And that's our part or sub-assembly A4. Put it aside right now. Step number 1 on the bottom, page 6. We need part number 24. Part number 24 is right at the center here. And then we need parts number 25 and 26. So 25 is going to be on the left-hand side right next to that 24 that we just pulled. And 26 is right below. So 25 is going to go on the left and 26 is going to go on the right. And we have this, once again, a T, a little with a shift, the long leg shift. So that one's to the right. And that's how we insert it. So 26 is going to go into this tab on the right-hand side. Okay, now you have to push it down and in. And then 25 is going to go on the left-hand side. Right. With the tab below that part number 26. Next step. They're floating around because we're going to need to lock them up a little bit in a second. So next, we have part number 2. Step number 2, just make sure that little tab on 26 is above 25. That's the way I have it. And then step number 3, we need part number 27. 27 is on the right hand side, a little below the middle, right next to the 24 that we just pulled out. So carefully push it out. And then this one with this long tab away from you, it's going to go onto this little tab here. Kind of over these part number 25 and 26. All right, and then we take that our A4 with these little guys. They're gonna go through these 2 holes at the top. We're gonna push it from the bottom, kind of locking the 25 and 26 in place, right? So they won't be able to slide down anymore. And same thing with the part number 27. It's not going to be able to go to the right. So it's now all of these 3 are locked once we insert A4. And then that's our A5, sub-assembly A5. Moving on to the page number 7. Now we see some gears. So we're going to bring our larger sub-assembly, whatever the number A3 it was. And now we need step number 1 on page number 7 at the top left. We need parts number 28, 2 of them. They're on the bottom at the center here. 1 and 2. And then part number 29, also gears, going to be to the right of the center line, kind of halfway between the middle and the bottom. All right, so we need wax every single gear on these guys, gear tooth. Once again, expect a little bit of a friction when you first start operating these little parts because there's a lot of it in the wood. It's very porous material, so friction is there all the time. All right, all around. All right, and while I'm doing that, I'm going to check, make sure we're still on record, which is good. Still have some memory, good. And let's see, with this guy away from you, the little tab, 28 and 28 is going to go over these larger tabs or the larger cylindrical parts. And then 29 is going to go on that little small guy, interlocking with one of the gears, on the gear on the right. And then A5 is going to go over the top. There's 2 holes for this part number 13 that is sticking out, and 1 tab. make sure that you line everything up. The gears are interlocking. Gonna use a helping tool just to get this part in whole and squeeze it in all the way flush. So these little tabs gonna be sticking out a little bit. And let's see, these guys moving up. Okay, and our next step, number 3, we need to put some rubber bands on. We need 1, 2 of them. These are the smaller guys. The 1.5 thickness by 12 millimeter diameter. There's these 2 guys. Let's see, where do they go? They're gonna go on this tab right here over the part number 26, and they're gonna get locked onto the 23. Let's see. So over that little tabs, just one side should go through it over part number 26 and 23. Not sure if it's gonna go okay, so that's gonna go, that's our last step, so I'm gonna take it off right now temporarily. We need part number 30 and 2 31s. Part number 30 on the right hand side and the bottom right quadrant, and then part number 31 is gonna be, let's see, 2 little U shape. Those guys are on board number 2, bottom right. So we just need 2 of those right now, 1 and 2. All right, so first step, we need, with a push facing down, upside down, these 2 larger tabs gonna go onto top portion, and then bottom tab or bottom openings on the bottom. Make sure you squeeze it all around and make sure it's flush everywhere. There you go. Bottom is flushed and top is flushed. That's step number 1. Step number 2 is we're gonna lock with part number 31. We're gonna lock these steps from the right and left hand side. And make sure you insert it all the way in. On the right and left hand side. As far as they can go. Locking these 2 parts in, and then rubber band's gonna go over this tab. Over everything and locking onto the part number 23. I guess a little to the through this little hole on part number 25 and 26 and 25. Same thing on the other side. Through these 2 little I'm actually going to push it all around. Should be over part number 31, just like this. So they go through this little slot here on the left and right, and kind of locking it in. Next step is part step number 1 on the bottom of page number 7, we need the longer rubber band. That it's a 40 millimeter long. And that one's gonna go over, we turn it upside down, and this is gonna go over these little hooks on one side and the other side, kind of like keeping these two together. Alrighty, relax the rubber band a little bit, and now step to the right, we need to move these about 5 times up and down. So lock, and then we press onto this little guy, right? We need to rotate that gear. All right, so 5 times this, and I guess there's gonna be a locking mechanism somewhere. Here we go. Push it down. 1, 2, 3, 4. So up, lock this in, and there's that little push up. That's gonna be unlocking it. Kind of work it in a little bit. 1, 2, so 5 times is good. Now next step number 2, there's that little gear, and start rotating it. It's going to be a little bit tough in the beginning, so but we need to go about 20 times one direction, full 180, so 10 full rotations, and you see the little gears moving. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You want to get it as smooth as possible and as easy as possible. So just because we put some wax on there, that's gonna restrict the movement in the beginning, but then as you work it in, that's gonna release it slightly. So we continue playing with that gear. I want to say it's probably 20 times one way, and then go the opposite direction, because it has to go both ways. All right, so that's the end of page number 7. Moving on to the page number 8. All right, let's see what we need to do here. Okay, I got about 20 times now. Step number 2 on page number 8, lock. We press this down. These guys should unlock. Press this down from this side, and they will snap back down. 1, 2, snap back down. That's our A, and we need 2 of those. So I'm gonna go back to this page number 3. And start from the beginning. We got that section assembled. All right. And one more time. Let's see. I probably will put you guys on pause and get back to you, because we don't need to go over the same assembly the second time. So I'll do it quick without the camera, without wasting your time, because we already went through that assembly. Alrighty, so we did the assembly, and I'm out completely of the first stick. We did the assembly of the 2 little A's. So I got 2 of them here, 1 and 2. Pretty much you just go through the same pages. Make sure you don't rush, once again, not to break any parts. Alrighty, moving on. We're on page number 8 at the bottom. We need part number 32. That's the top left corner. With UGears facing down, top left corner. We need parts number 34, 2 of them. Parts number 34 is going to be at the top right corner. 1 and 2 and 3. So 3 34s, top right corner. We need to wax this little tab right here. We'll do it from both sides, and we'll need to wax on the inside of this big circle. Alrighty, so part number 34, this little tab here goes into here with the tab facing towards you this way, and the top left, another 34 facing towards the center again, towards here, towards the center line. Then 34 is going to go facing towards the one tab towards that vertical center line. And then part number 33 in the top right, that's right below these 34s. And that one, let's see, with the thinner, with the larger opening facing towards that vertical center line again, all the way in. Then we need part number 35 and 2 36s. So 36 is in the top right corner here, and 35 is right below them, top right corner. So 35 is going to go into these two openings here. It's symmetrical, so it's doesn't matter which way it goes. And then 36 are over it into these two little openings, kind of locking part number 35 in, because there's a little slot here to lock it. All right. Next step number 2, we need parts number 37, 3 of them, and part number 3, 3 of them. So 37 top right corner, all 3. 1, 2, 3. And part number 3, let's see, bottom left here, the long line, 1, 2, and 3. Alrighty. Now we need to sand and wax part number 3, because something's going to go over it. There's going to be some rotational motion. So these are cylindrical parts. We need to get the little connection points out to make sure that they don't interfere. And then we'll wax it all around on all 3 parts. All right, 1, 2, and 3. All right, and now part number 37. Let's see, this little, there's double hole right next to it, single hole with the long tab up. Make sure it's all the way in. Another one's going to be this little tab across the side. And these guys are symmetrical, so just one way in. All the way. And then the third one's going to go on there's right at the center line, a little bit below on the center line on the right hand side. There's a third. Then 3 is going to go over every single one of them and all the way in, all the way down to the surface as far as it can go. So the tabs are sticking out. All right, that's our complete step number 2 on page number 8 on the bottom there. Oh. Once I insert this third one. Moving on to this step number 3, we need 4 parts number 38, and those are below this center, below the middle, to the left of the center line, 3 of them. And then the 4th one is to the right of the center line. And those going to go from the bottom with the longer piece facing out. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4 holes. The longer piece facing outwards. A little hard to push those in. Here we go, all the way, so it sticks out. You can wax the little tabs a little bit. And same thing on the other side, also needs to stick out. And the fourth one. All right, all four are in. And we have our subassembly B1. Alrighty, we're still on record. Page number 9, step number 1, top left corner. We need our part number 39. So that 39 is a little bit above the middle on the right hand side. Make sure the arrows are pointing clockwise direction. And we need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 number 41s. Now let's see where the part number 41 are at. And one part number 40. So 41s, there's 40 right to the right of the center light, right in the middle. So that one I'm going to put on the side, and then 41s right above them too. 1 and 2. Right below, right top left corner of that 39. 1, 2, and top right corner of that 3. All right, so with the tabs up and to the right, we insert all these into these little holes, except part number 40 is going to go into bottom right. So I'm going to do one. Well, at least one of them has to be 40, so 2. Yep, there's actually, it's a rectangular hole, so you'll know which one it is. 3. So one hole is different, and that's the one where part number 40 goes into, and it goes sideways. So all right, now we take that metal spring that was provided to us, and then with this little lip on the left hand side, we're gonna go over, and let's see, we have 1, let's do 1 loop, 2 loops, 3 loops, which probably wouldn't matter, inside. We're gonna, and then everything else gonna go out in between that side one. Let's see, doesn't matter how many loops are inside, as long as it comes out. All right, outside of this little, actually underneath, not outside, so it comes out right in between the part number 40 and the part number 41 to the right of it. Right, just like this. So this part number, doesn't matter, once again, doesn't matter how many loops you're doing, just make sure that inside whatever is comfortable for you, you don't have to really count. I mean, I can, well, I don't want to undo it, but just make sure that the spring comes out in between part number 40, the one that is flat, and the one, the part number 41 to the right of it. Like right here. So that's where it needs to come out, and then we put part number 42 over it. So part number 42 is going to be top right. It fell out on my end, And once again, you just need to make sure you match the larger hole with part number 40, and then kind of squeeze the rest of them over. Oh, before we do need to put a little bit of wax all around. On all the gears. Alrighty, and that one's first. And then we carefully squeeze all around for the rest of the connections. All right, so all of them are in. Now our next step, our two parts number 44. Let me turn up here a little bit. Two parts number 44 and part number 43. So 44 top left corner here, and then part number 43 is to the left. And we're gonna go from the bottom. We will go make sure that part number 43 with these little two tabs, they're gonna go down into part number 43. But we need to make sure that the spring, that flat portion of the spring, sits in between these parts number 44. So let's insert it into the part number 43 first, as far as it can go. And then we need, from the bottom, we need to slide up. We need to send. I should have done it before, but we need to send for part number 43 all around, just to remove the burrs, and then put wax on it. And once again, we insert it from the bottom. Make sure that flat portion of the spring is in between part number 44. So we kind of like split it a little bit and push it in. And they're gonna separate slightly. Now, next step, number 5, we need parts number 45, same top left corner, and 46. And 46 is a little bit to the right of the center line above the middle here. And we need to make sure that part number 45 is sanded. And waxed all around. And then we insert it over the parts number 44. You need to squeeze them a little bit, kind of work it in. I'm gonna use my helping tool to do that. And it needs to go all the way into the hole there, holding the spring. And then the little gear thing, need to wax it all around. And that guy, we need to make sure that the teeth are facing counterclockwise direction. All right, so it needs to go this way. And we insert it over, just like this. And that's our B2. Next step, we're on page number 10, top left corner, step number 1. We need to create a little key. And that's gonna be part number 47, 48, and 11. So let's see, 47, 48, it's top right at the center here, a little bit to the right of the center line. And part number 11, do we have any extra ones? Let's see, part number 11, bottom left, where parts number 3 are at. All right, so 47, 48, so 11 goes into the 47. From the back. into 48 to lock it up. And I don't know if it matters or not, but these little holes should match. Now we take that spring, that's our B3, we turn it upside down, there's a keyhole. We insert this and we rotate it in the direction of the arrows. So as we rotate it, the spring will tie up and move. You just need to make sure you don't hold the spring, right? So it goes inside, winds up, and it's going to be a little bit tough. To wind it, because it does tend to unwind. But we need to get it in. That key is not very comfortable. And then as we get this almost full spring into there, that little lip's gonna need to lock onto that port number 40. Okay. And I wish there was an easier way to do it. All right, a little more, a little. Tough, here we go. All right, unwound a little bit, but it's right almost in there, so we used a little helping tool and push it onto part number 40. So now the spring is completely inside of the little sub-assembly, and I heard it unwind a little bit. So all right, so it looks like it is wound and it's locked on that part number 40. All right, so now we take the key out, and that's our B4. Nice and wound. We're on step number 1 on page number 10 on the bottom there. We need parts number 3, 2 of them, they're bottom left. We need part number 50. Part number 50 is the top left, a little bit above the middle line, and we need 2 of them. And part number 49. 49 is right at the center line here, maybe a little bit to the right, above the middle. Now we need 2 wax, both of the gears. 1 and 2. We need to sand and wax part number 3. And when we insert them together, we need to make sure that the gears are matching, all the teeth are matching to each other, rather than being offset. So let's see, we're gonna insert first part number 3 in here. Then we're gonna go with part number 49 all the way in, and then the other 49. And as you can see, I'm a little bit offset, or maybe not, cannot see. I see a little burr in here. Let me remove it. Nope, I'm off. So I'm gonna turn it upside down. Now they're matching. All right, and then lock it up with part number 3 again. Nice little gear sub-assembly. Step number 2. We need parts number 3. Same location, bottom left here. Part number 51 and 52. So 51 is to the left, a little bit above the center line, and that's where 52 is also at. So I take both out. All right, so 51 is symmetrical. number 3 is gonna go on top. We need to sand it. And wax. And it's gonna go from the top. And then part number 52, same thing, you need to sand it and wax a little bit, but make sure you don't sand these little teeth that are on there. So just sand and wax all around, and then the way it goes in, so there's like a little dot on here that needs to be on the bottom, and then the teeth will face a little bit towards the top on the left hand side. And that's gonna go from the bottom, on the bottom side of that little sub-assembly. Now we take that larger board with all these things up. Our little gear will go towards the top, and it's gonna go right into this middle hole here. Not sure if it sits fully on top or just part. Probably there's some spacing, maybe not. I'll just insert it temporarily all the way as far as it can go with this thing sticking out. Then part number, this little sub-assembly with the teeth gonna go into this hole right here. And that's okay, so never mind, I need to pull it off. So the little hole needs to go to the right. It wouldn't work otherwise, so I pulled it off, and we need to insert it in here because there's like a little locking mechanism. And then the little gear is gonna go into this hole next to it, interlocking with this larger gear. Alrighty, and then step number 4, we need gears number 29, 2 of them, and 53, 1. So 29 is to the right of the center line, a little below the middle, and 53 is a little bit lower than that. So we need to wax all the gears all around. 53 is going to go on the top left, part number 3 here. Over here, interlocking with the gear once again. And then the 29 is going to go on these 2. Once again, make sure you wax all the teeth all around. And also interlocking with the gears. So all the gears are interlocked. Moving on to the page number 11. We're at the top left corner, step number 5. We need big board number 54, which is right in the middle on the left hand side here. Now with the teeth, all right, facing towards inside. Let's see, there's a one tab. There should be on the right hand side, tab on the right and the bottom and top. And then these little, they should kind of be like towards bottom, the one on the right towards you, towards the center, the one on the left away from you, towards the center. So as we lock this in, make sure everything is facing correct direction, and then we just interlocking these little spread these apart and make sure all the tabs are fitting, locking in. need to fix some of the tabs that are not fitting exactly correctly. Here you go. Everything is in, all around. All of these are locked. Okay. Now this does stick out a little bit. Now we need step number 6, part number 55. It's right below the middle, I guess, a little bit to the right. And that one's gonna go, we need to wax inside this little tab, and that's gonna go through this piece here. Then we need to rotate it counterclockwise direction. And let's see, that should be, there's a little tab, so there should be, tab should be to the left of this little knob, I guess. And then we put it up on, or lock it on all these 3 little tabs. So stop, start. Let's see. Part number 57, that's the long one on the bottom left. It fell out, I guess, one of them. There are 2 of them. So that one, there's a little tab and a hole that's going to go towards the left-hand side. That's going to go, let's see, into these little tiny hole right next to this opening. Lock it in, and then part number 56, the one that was next to the left of 55. That one's the same thing. There's a little tab, the hole, so we wax it, and then that's gonna go over these little hooks and on the left hand side. And so these 2 holes should match. And then you need to get it close to the plates to be able to lock it up. So, because there's like a little notch on these little hooks. So, and that's the way it is. Now we need to make sure that this moves nice and easy. All right, now I'm trying to figure out, because there's a little tab, and that tab does not. Okay, so it moves fine, and then we turn it upside down, put the key in here. We need to move it to the stop position, which is to the run position to the left. And now we need to rotate this counterclockwise about 30 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. All right, so in the start, that should be moving. So we have a little lock in the system. Here we go. I need to make sure that the gears are moving and rotating. Here we go. A little more. Oop, here we go. All right, so in the start position, we should be this should be rotating. So as I'm moving these, right, so these gears are moving, they were a little bit locking, this gear and this gear. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. Just make sure that the gears are moving and they all settle. So put it on the side. We're on a step number 7 on the bottom left. That's page number 11. Let me clean up a little bit and check to make sure you guys are still recording. Here we go. Get all this garbage out. All right, so we are bottom of the page 11, step number 7. And we turn this around. So these two little hooks towards you, and we take our part number A that we assembled with that push on the bottom right. We're gonna do this side first. We need another part number 57, and then the same direction with the little hole on the right hand side. Let's see, that's gonna go over these little parts number 3. So we need to put it over part number 3, and then kind of like interlock the gear there, right? Because there's a gear here and a gear on the inside, so we need to interlock those. And let's see, push the hole, the other one, into the hole, and if we lift it up a little bit, that's gonna lock into here. And then part number 57, I'm gonna leave it off a little bit, and we're gonna do the same thing on the other side. So part number 3 is gonna go into here and into the other one, and as we insert it, part number 57 into here, need to rotate this slightly, make sure the gears interlock and locks into here. And then we lock these number 57 into the boards. Nice and easy, so it's on both sides. These are locked into the place, and these little parts are inserted completely. Make sure these gears, little gears on the sides, are interlocked. And so as we push these, we're supposed to be able to push these towards the inside. Lock them back in. Lock them back out, and moving on to the page number 13. And so locks and nice and straight. Then you push these little parts down, then it should kind of like break it down and fold towards inside. And once again, make sure these gears, when you lock it back in, they don't, like the tooth doesn't lock onto each other and break them. All right, so now we're good. Turning it around, we're on page number 12 on the bottom left here. So first thing, we insert the key, obviously at the top, into the gear. Next one, we make sure this is moved from stop into the start position, and then we wind it up in direction of the arrows, maximum 7 times. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Actually, we're not winding it, we're trying to make it going. And then as it unwinds, you'll see all these gears here and here moving. So we need to make sure that all these gears are winding up correctly. Then 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And if I lock it, it's going to unwind and have these gears, everything moves. If I have it on the start, like just away from me, the little part is just gonna rotate all the gears. All right, next step, we're gonna turn this upside down, and we need, that's a step number 9. We need parts number 59, 58, 59, and 60. So let's see. 58 is a bottom, actually a little below the middle on the right hand side there of the board number 2. 60 is going to be 59, says right to the right a little bit of the center line. And then 60 to the left of the center line, a little below the middle. So let's see. These guys going to go into... let's see, there's 2 little, we're gonna face it this direction, so these guys are facing you, the little hooks. Part number 59 is gonna go, 58 is gonna go into these tabs. No, it's gonna go into the center tab, right at the center there, as far as it can go, so it sticks out right in the middle. Part number 59, that's gonna be these 2 guys. First one's gonna go into the first 2 tabs at the front. Let's see, sliding over these parts. Line it up and then squeeze it in all the way. Then 60 is gonna go over this into the second set of holes. And then another 59 is gonna go towards the back into these 2 holes. Let's see, all correct. All the way in. So that will hold these parts number 57. And that's our subassembly B. All right, moving on to the page number 13. Put the key over to the side also. Now we need to assemble the wheels. All right, step number 1. Top left corner, we need parts number, we're gonna need probably 2 simple, they're all different. 65, let's see, 61. We're on board number 2 still, most of it. 61 right at the center here. We need 1, 2, 3, 4. So they're right at the center line at the top, a little below the middle, and then all the way at the bottom. So we need 4 of these. Then we need part number 62. That's right in between of those 61s. All right, part number 63, the one that just fell out, and 65 on the left. Also need part number 64. That's on board number 3. By the way, we're done with 1. Part number 64 is right here. Right to the left, I mean, there's like 4 of them. So to the left, a little bit below the middle. And let's see, so we got 4 of the 61s. We have 62, we have 64, 65, and 63. All right, so 65 has a spare 67 inside, so we put it on the side. And then part number 63 would have a part number 67 on inside also. So we need to get that out temporarily. One is spare, one is not. All right, now 61 with the teeth. Let's see. We'll take part number 65 first, I guess. Which way would be better? Let's do 64. So 64 teeth are facing counterclockwise. Counterclockwise. So part 61 is going to go through it. And then 62 is going to be on the other side. Okay, so they do go flat. I mean, completely through. Just trying to figure out how far. That's part number 61. So this should go with the longer side. It's going to go towards the outside. And I can insert them from the front. All four. Now from the front, part number 65, there's a little slot, kind of like an L-shaped slot. So the L-shaped slot should go towards to the left, right, counterclockwise, and there is like a little hole. These should be on top, to kind of like a U-shaped facing left and right. So insert all these guys into the corresponding hole, and then 63 is going to be in the back with that L shape facing clockwise direction, and that little U shape above the hole, that should be on the top. So these slots will match at the top all around. So that's our first wheel, I guess. Once again, these little teeth should face counterclockwise direction. Now we take thick rubber band and I have a scissor, we cut it. So we cut one side straight, and then to one side, let's see, diagonal away and to the left of you. Just like this, so a slot. And then we take the flat portion of it. We insert it at that top little, the one on the back on 63. We insert like probably halfway through, I guess, into the slot. Stretching out and into the flat portion here. So it should go like this. And then we're gonna weed it through. Push it out a little bit. So that little extra piece is hiding on the inside, not sticking out anywhere. And now we're gonna go and thread into the next line here. Into next opening. So over and into next opening. All right, we need something sharp to push it through, because it doesn't go very well towards the inside. Stick it. And as you push it in, you need to push it into the next opening there to the right. So let's see if this helping tool. Nope, it's not. I don't want to use this because we're gonna cut through it. So we're probably gonna need like a paper clip or something, or a toothpick that can push through. Now let's see if I can use that little helping tool, my little precision guy. No. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And we need to go all around and cut it off. Then we need it twice. Then we need to push it all around. So, okay, I see what's going on. I do need a paper clip because you can't really push it through. So we do need an extra. I don't have one here. Need to go find one or a toothpick. One or the other. Let me see if I can use one of these guys. No, that's too sharp, but I can push it through. So a paper clip probably would be the best option. So I'll be back in a second. All right, got myself a paper clip. So just straightening it out a little bit, and that should get it going much easier and faster. So we push it through one side, kind of squeeze it into the next opening, and we need to get as much in there as possible. So I'm just gonna do it with my hands. And then let's see, make sure it's lined up and fits into the slot. And then similar scenario. This one's a little bit tougher, but let's see if I can squeeze it in. Figure out the easiest way to do it. All right, here we go. So let's see. Oops, punctured it. Let's see, not very easy, I guess. Make sure you go from inside. Let me see if I can get it a little sharper. Will that work? Not really. All right, so I guess line it up. Let me try it one more time. Okay, here I got the second one threaded. As I push it in, okay. As you push it in, just use the paper clip, kind of like push the rubber band. Just make sure it's proper orientation. If you puncture it a little bit, that's fine. So you just need to kind of like line up a little bit edge of it into the hole and push it in. And as you squeeze a little bit more with the paper clip, you should be able to thread it in a little further. Same thing, kind of line up the edge of it with the hole. Go from the front with the paper clip to get the rubber band in to the hole. We just need to start it, right? Need to push a little in, then come back out, hold the rubber band, push it a little more, and so on. Wish there was an easier way to do it, but apparently not really. All right, give me a second. Yeah, so there's no other option. Let me see if I can, maybe if we bend it a little further, kind of make it like a more like a hook, right, to give it a little bit more surface area. Maybe we can do it this way. Nope. We cannot go the full length. Let me see, it's just the edge. Sharp point. Let's see. You can squeeze it in. Here you go. Grab it on the other end. Pull it out. Maybe that will work. Let's see one more time. So from this side, it's a little harder because you can't really catch it. So you do need kind of like a paper clip or something like that to push it a little bit further through the hole. And then grab it on the other side so you can pull on it. And then the opposite hole kind of like need to squeeze it because it's easier to actually grab that rubber band on the other side, even by tiny little piece, and then just kind of like wiggle this itself out. And then the last piece, we need to go through this little flat portion, lock it in, stretch it slightly, cut it so it hides inside, kind of locks it in. So this is extra piece, we can throw it out. Let's try next one. So we need to do it like 3 times, 2 more times. So cut the rubber band in half, take one piece and do the diagonal, so there's a sharp point that you're gonna need to squeeze through the assembly. Now we do it next hole. Once again, we stretch it, get it into that flat portion of it, push it out a little bit so the little extra part hides inside. Then we bring it over and insert that sharp point into the first hole, threading it in. Oh, this one's easier for some reason. I guess it's a thinner rubber band. And then pull on it to get it out completely. Make sure you have a right orientation of the rubber band. Push it through the next hole on the back of 23. And weed it out. Over through the first hole. That one's easy for sure. Helping tool. Maybe the thickness of rubber bands is different. That's why I had a little bit more struggle with the other one. And that one's really easy comparatively. Well, if anybody has any other suggestions on how to do it, how to thread it, it'll be great. But I guess I'm almost done with this one, with the second one, and we're gonna go into the third and the last one for this wheel. And I'm still recording, which is good. One more. make sure you stretch it a little bit to cut it off so it hides inside. And then let's see, one more rubber band. Let's see if it's going to be the same scenario here. Cut it, little diagonal piece, so with a sharp point. And then the third one, same thing, kind of stretch it out, squeeze it in there, make sure it's on the flat side of it, push it out or pull it out a little bit so that little piece hides in there, and then we're threading it in through again. That one's fairly easy too. Okay, I guess it's not as bad. Maybe just the rubber band was thicker, or I didn't have enough sharp enough point to squeeze it in, squeeze it through. But just in case, I do have a pin now, paper clip, that I can use for future projects or this project. All right. A little bit more left. Couple more holes. Last one. You just need that little piece sticking out to get it in. And then once again, stretch it up. Got it, so it kind of like hides inside. All right, so we got our wheel ready, and we need to make two. Let's see, so one more, the same thing. I'm gonna come back one page just to make sure that we got everything assembled correctly. So we need part number, let's see, let's finish out board number 2. We need part number 63 and 65. 63, 65. Take out that center pieces out. All right, that's the 63 and 65 with there's one U and there's 2 U's on here. All right, then we need 4 61s that are on the left and right of these 2 parts. And let's see, this board, we still have 52, so that's a spare. So that board number 2 is done. Moving on solely to board number 3. We need part number 64 bottom right of the center, and part number 64, that was 64, 62 right at the center here. All right, so we got 1, 2, 3, 4, we're good. Now similar scenario, so 64 is going to be on the 62 on the back, 64 on the front, teeth facing counterclockwise direction. And then we insert it from the front with the thicker portion towards you, inside. And I'm using my desk as the little lever, I guess, leverage against these to push these inside. And let's see, 65 is gonna go up front. Once again, at the top we have that 2 U's facing you at the top. So that's where we're gonna insert these little part number 61 all around, and then 63 is gonna go in the back with the U also at the top, matching these two U's. It's facing down. That way, when you're threading, you're gonna get all your proper locations for these openings. All right, and we're doing the same thing. Take rubber band, cut one side diagonally for the sharp point, and we insert it on the back first on the part 63. So I'm holding this rubber band, the extra piece, kind of stretching it and pushing it through, and then threading it like we did before. So which way you cut that diagonal piece doesn't matter, as long as you can grab it on the other side and kind of thread it through. That one's going much faster than the first one. I'm loving it. Little struggle here. All right, and then the last one, you kind of pull it a little bit, make sure you stretch it before cutting it, pushing it through, and then the little piece will stay inside. All the extra parts here, I can throw these out. The rubber band number 2 on this wheel. All right, start from the back, stretch it up, push it through the hole, kind of pull it a little bit further to get that little extra piece hiding inside in between the two wheels. And then the same thing, we're just, this rubber band is thicker, so looks like we might have the same issue as before. And here I am, was so excited about how easy it was on the next two wheels. So just gonna grab that little sharp point, make it longer. Let's see if we can get this easier. And grab it on the other side. Yep. So just make the sharp point longer, I guess. You'll be able to push it a little bit further and then grab it with your hands. Yeah, this one's thicker. I can definitely feel it as I'm pushing it through, but all we need is that little piece on the other side sticking out, so you can grab it with your fingers and kind of like work it out. All right. Kind of harder on the one when you go on inside. But then once again, you can use your tools to help you a little bit further. Kind of wiggle it in and then grab it. And once you grab it, it's easy to pull through. Not a big deal, but that little wiggling part is where it gets you. All right, we're almost done with the second wheel. No, second rubber band on the second wheel. A little bit to go. Yeah, I guess almost there. 2 more holes. Need to make sure that we're still recording, guys. Yep, we're still here. All right. And one more. Wrap it, squeeze it through. That was going so easy, and all of a sudden I'm having trouble for some reason. Come on. Here we go. Finally. That second rubber band was a pain for some reason. But now it's nice and straight. And the last one on this little wheel. Let me see if I can feel the difference in the thickness of it. All right, sharp. And same thing, starting up from the first, pull it in a little bit, and now, ooh, right through the two holes. Wow, this one's really thin, I guess. Or that was just luck. No, I guess we're gonna continue doing it one at a time. And one more hole, or two more holes, I guess. All right, pull it, cut it off. It's an inside. All right, so two of these are done. That was a little bit more pain. We're page 14, step number 1. So we need to make the other two wheels. Same thing, part number 61, 4 of them. All we are working on board number 3 now. Let's see, 61 top left and top right. 1, 2, 3, 4. Part number 64, right to the right top of the center line, of the center of the whole thing. Part number 62, right at the center, a little bit above the middle, and then 65 and 63. So 63 to right, spare part, 67, and then I got 65 fell out, so and there's part 94 within it. I'm gonna keep it available. All right, now it's slightly different sub-assembly. Same thing, 65 is gonna go up front with the 2 U's, but the teeth are now clockwise. All right, so same thing, we're gonna do 64 up front. The thicker portion is closer to you of part number 61. There's only one way you can insert that. And then I'm gonna start with that 1, 2, 3, 4. and use my table as the leverage to push those in a little further. They can only go so far. Then 65 is at the front, that's the 2 U's. Make sure that they're at the top, I guess. And then 63 is on the back with the U matching the 2 U's at the top. So just like this. Now your L shape up front is to the left, top left, I guess. And once again, your teeth should be facing clockwise, which are not in my direction. And I need to take it apart a little bit. I set it and I screwed it up. They're facing the other direction for me. So I need to redo it. Let's see, teeth should be facing clockwise. This way. All right, where's our U? Right here, make sure we match these two. All right, we're good. Let's see, now it's the same thing. Hold on. All right, I'm rushing, so I probably should slow down a little bit. All right, the back, 63. These little L shapes should be facing the other direction, so I am rushing. It's okay, just broke my helping tool. All right, let's try again. Uh, 63 on the back, and L facing to the left. Uh, 65 up front, L U shape is at the top, L is facing to the right. All right, I think I got it now. Exclamation mark. Dimitri needs to pay attention. Teeth are facing clockwise direction. Now I got it right. All right, same thing with the rubber band. Cut it in half. Take one end and do diagonal cut. So you have a sharp point there. Now we insert it into the back and go in the other direction. Oops. And now we're threading through the other direction, counterclockwise. Pause. All right, continuing through. Alrighty, got it through just to make sure it locks. So that's going the other direction. Next rubber band, I'm gonna try to find a little thinner ones. Cut in half. Get the sharp point. And let's see which way we're going. We're going. Just make sure you go in the same direction when you insert the next one. Guess I gotta hang of it. Figure it out. What's the... Sometimes I get two right away. Nice. All right, and number 3. Sorry about the loud noises upstairs there. All right, and the last one. Rubber band for this wheel. And I promise I'll do the other one correctly from the start. Or I'll try. Never say never. I'll try to do correctly. Alrighty. All right, the first wheel for the C2, I guess. Let's see, one more. Let's go back so I make it correctly. Once again, we need part number 61. Bottom to a little bit to the right here. And top right at the center line. Alrighty. Then we need part number 63 to the right of the center line, 65 to the left of the center line, part number 62 right at the center line at the top here, and 64 a little bit top left of the center. Take out the internal parts here and these little wheels. Let's see, counter clockwise direction on the gears, on the teeth. 61 from the front. And then 63 in the back with the little L shape facing to the left. Let's see the U shape or little U at the top there. Now make sure that we match the U to this guy, and then here the L going to the right. And at the top they should match. Squeeze this in. Rubber band, cut, sharp corner. Let's see, and then enter it from the back. And the 63. Pull it to get that little piece in on the inside. Thread the rubber band. All right, so this one's thicker. That one's going to be a little tougher than the other ones. Need to make sure you get that little rubber band into the hole, the little sharp point piece, to grab it on the other side. I think I selected the thickest rubber bands, or left the thickest rubber bands for the last piece. All right, let's make it sharp a little bit longer. There we go. That should do it, hopefully. Somebody's doing gymnastics on the top. Maybe, my guess is my daughter. It's a little too loud banging, which indicates that she's hitting the landing, or sticking the landing, I guess. Almost there with that last hole. And either the holes maybe should be a little bit bigger, or the rubber band's a little thinner. All right. stretch it up, cut it up so it's inside. All right, we're going the same direction, which is correct. All right, two more rubber bands. All right, let's go. All right. Probably should say something, but it's all right. I'm gonna get busy with threading this rubber band through. I just want to make sure we finish in a decent amount of time. Excuse me. Alrighty, number 2 is done on this wheel, and then the last one, number 3. Still recording. And let's see. Alright, this one's gonna go a little bit easier because it feels like a little thinner rubber band, which is good. And we're almost done. A few more holes. And lock it in. Stretch it out. got the excess, we're good. So, and the last wheel is done. We are 2 and 2, C1, C2, going on to the page number 16. Now we need, let's see, 4 parts, 4 times, 66, 67, and 68. So 66 top left, 2, top right, 2, 67 are, we pulled those out, were within the wheels. 1, 2, 1, there's some spare ones. 2, make sure all the burrs are out. 3 and 4, and then 68 to lock those in. Let's see where they at. They will be on board number 3 here, at a little below the center on the bottom. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, 4 of those, and we need to sand and wax the 68 for sure. 1, 2, 3, and 4. That's ascending. Wax them. All right, 1, 2, 3, and 4. All right, got those 4. And then we need to wax the number 68, these long lines, or along sides, on inside and outside. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 4 of the gears. And the gears need to be waxed, all the teeth. 1, 2, 3, and 4. All right, so gear's gonna go over at the shorter side of part number 66, and we lock it up with part number 68. Then we make 4 of these. Make sure the gear goes all the way in. 68's gonna lock on top, all the way in. 68's locking on top. And 1 more. And then we're gonna take our sub-assembly, and then we need 4 parts number 69. So 69s are top left and top right next to the 66. So we do 1, 2, 3, 4. And then we need to wax the sides on these also. And I would wax on the inside a little bit. 1, 2, 3 and 4. Now we take our sub-assembly. Let me clean up a little bit here, the wax. Sub-assembly, we need to fold these guys down. This is gonna go through the hole through the top. Make sure you interlock with the gear, and then from the other side you push the 69 through and squeeze them in, and make sure they're leveled here on the other side. So the same thing, push it through, interlocking, and then 69 from the other side. Make sure the gears are interlocked and it goes in between the rubber bands. So the rubber band's gonna go a little bit, I guess, over the gears. So make sure that they don't interfere. All the sides, all 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And the last one, four. All right, and that's our C3. And we move it to the side. Let me clean up a little bit and take a little pause. We only have a few pages left. Let's see, almost done. A little bit more. All right, so be back. All right, we're on page number 17. We need parts number 70 and 71. All right, so part number 70 are across here, a little bit above the middle to the left and right of the center line. And then parts number 71 are these little guys right here, bottom right. So we have the whole section, and we need 4 per those, so we need a total of 16. So we got a couple extras in there just in case. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1 flew away somewhere, so good thing we have extras. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 4 more. All right, so we got all 4. Okay, 1. All right, so we start with the C2. Let's see, and we need to put this inside. Let's see, and it's gonna go facing counterclockwise direction. And then we insert this little parts number 71. They're gonna go only one way. So let's see, we situate our little guy this way, so the step sticking towards you. C2 is gonna go into this top right corner. And we push it all the way in, and then we lock it with the port number 72. 72 is right here. Probably need to take those out completely, and that one's gonna go locking it in. All right, next one C1 is going to go top left corner. Same thing, we insert the this little piece 70 that's going to face clockwise direction. Then 4 of these little guys, 71s in there. 1, 2, 3, 4. We need to get 72 out. Need 2 more just to have them. And then C1 is going to go into the top left. So same thing, kind of line it up. Push it through all the way in so it locks it up. And then with the 72, make sure you hold it tight so those guys don't fall out, the one that we just inserted. And then we'll lock it with a 72. Next one is C2 again. That's gonna go in the bottom right corner, and our gears are facing, let's see, clockwise. The little 70 facing counterclockwise. And obviously these teeth will be facing the counterclockwise direction. That's going to go into here. And that's going to go into this guy, all the way in. Turn it around like it was 72. All the way in. And then the last one is the C1. That's where the gears are facing counterclockwise direction. This part number 70 is facing clockwise direction. All right, and then the little teeth. I probably should wax them and send them, but these are, I'll see if they're gonna work. The waxing and sanding will help a little bit, but it's like a little tough to do that on these parts. All right, that's the last one. All the way, and lock it up with part number 72 all the way in. And we press these guys, it should unlock. And then let's see, so move it to the start position and use the wheel just to make sure all the wheels are moving and rotating. let's see how we can release him. That here we go, slowly but surely. That's me not waxing it, so here you go. Let's try more times. 1, 2. There you go. If we lock him and wind it up, that should 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 maximum. Take the key out, put it in start, and all our wheels will be rotating. Let's see, clockwise, counterclockwise, when this facing backwards. All right, so we just need to play around with this a little bit more. Make sure that all the burrs are kind of like work themselves in. That will make it a smooth operation. Then you can put it on stop and do 7 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Let it go. Let's do 5 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Lock it up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think that's good. Now it's running nice and smooth, so we're good to go on this. Next step, 1 on page number 18. We're on the bottom there, bottom left. We need 73, 74, and 75. So 74 to the left and the right, a little bit of the top of the center line, or middle, a little bit to the top. 73 is on the right at the center here, a little below the middle, and 75 is to the right of it. And so 74 with the tabs facing up, we're gonna get 75 locked facing forward, just like this. And 73 is on the bottom. And another 74 like this all up on the other side. Just like this, a little box. And then we stick little sticker NASA stickers, peel it off. And these should go, let's see, towards the top on left and right hand side. Image the shape and place them over one side and then the other side. Image the shape and place them over. Just like this. Got a nice little part here. and then put it aside. Let's see, we're on page number 19. Step number 1 in the top left corner. We need part number 79, 78, 76, and 70. So 76, 77, 78, and 79. All right, 76 bottom right. 77 a little bit below the middle on the right hand side. 78 right above it. 79 right next to the 76 on the bottom right. That was 79. All right. 78 be the larger piece. With the one tab facing to the left. 77 with the slanted towards right. 76 gonna go on the right hand side. And lock it up with let's lock it up first. With part number 77. All right, and then 79 is on the other side. We'll lock it. Oops. Not with the bottom hole, but the one in the middle. And that one goes make a seat. That's D2. D3, same parts, 76, 77, 76, 77, 79, 78. But it's slanted the other direction, so 78. 76 is the one with the little hook here. And we should be able to fold this up. Yep. And it's slanted the other direction, so I'm gonna do this piece first. Make sure it's all the way in. Then we're gonna go towards the back and then lock it up with a 79 on the other side. All the way. Just like this. All right, so that's D3. Now D2 is gonna go on the right hand side. Let's see which side of the doesn't show on which side of the back, where the opening holes are at. So that one's gonna go on the right, and these holes need to match here. So this one's gonna go on the inside a little bit, and then we need parts number 81, 2 of them, and 80. So 80 is gonna be right here in the bottom left hand side, and 81s are there too actually. So we need 2 parts of 81 and then 180. So 80, let's see, we need to sand and wax. And put a little bit of wax on the outside of it. '81 is going to go right through it, and then let's see, so and then the little holes should be as you're facing this right here, it should be to the left and towards the bottom. So, and then you insert it through the little piece on the bottom there, locking it up. And then the other 80 is gonna go with the T, kind of like in a horizontal direction, is gonna go through the hole on the other end into the body here. And I would put a little bit of wax on there to get it slide in easier. And that should lock into the hole that is on the side here, all the way in. So this would fold up and down. And then the same thing we do on the other side. These are slanted towards the inside. And we need parts number 81 and 80 again, 2 81s and 180. 80, we're gonna sand all these little connection points, wax it all around. And the other one is the opposite, and so one is down, one is to the right. The T is gonna go, 81 is gonna go through it all the way. And you just enter it from here. Make sure it's these little holes down and to the right. Then put a little bit of a wax on this 81 and push it from the other side. All the way in, and these two should fall down just like this. Now this little controller is gonna go right over the top of these little guy with the let's see which way tab is facing. This way. So this little tab connects on here, or opening connects on here, and the top tabs on the top. Lock it in. That's our D4, just like this. All right, we just turn it around, and then we're making a satellite. So we need parts number 82 and 83. 82, and we need 8 times. That's the bottom left here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 83 are on the bottom here. So we also need 8 of these guys. Let me pull the whole part out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There's one spare. So these guys can go with the tab that is in the middle. That's going to go into this hole, and then the other tabs should be closer to the sharp end of it, sharp end of the triangle, just like this. And there's 8 times. And one more. All right. Now we take part 84, which is on the bottom right here. And now we insert all these 8 pieces with these little tabs towards the inside. The sharp points towards inside all around. We'll make it a little satellite here. All right, and we'll create a nice little satellite looking thing. You can rotate these a little bit to get them all aligned, nice and pretty shape. And that's a D5. Step number 1 in the middle of the page number 20 at the top there. We need part number 85 and 87. So 85 and 87 are on bottom right. 87, that's that long piece, and 85 is right below that. Now we need 2 wax outside of that sand and wax outside of part number 87. And 85, insert 85 with the long tab through the hole. I might want to wax this a little bit. This little tab, and as we insert it, that should go around like this. 1, 2, 3. Here we go. Little mechanical connections. Put it aside, and then step number 2, part number 88. No, sorry, 86. Bottom right, below 88 there. And part 85 again, bottom right, all the way at the right. Same thing. We need 2 wax on the outside of 86 with wax a little tab on 85, and then insert it here, and that should go all the way around into vertical horizontal direction. All right, nice, good switches. Now we take part number 88 and step number 3. And where the hole is, where there's a mark, a little mark, that's where this top piece goes to. Let's see, with the, just like this. So this rotates like that, and the tab is touching the surface of 88. And then on the other side, on the bottom there, it should be horizontal. This way? No. 90 degrees. Just like this. So this is horizontal, this is diagonal, 45 degrees angle. Then that should move like this. And now step number 4, we put a satellite through onto this little guy all the way in, just like this. So then we can fold it down and put it on the side. Step number 1 on the bottom, that's our D6. Step number 1 on the bottom of page number 20 need parts number 89, 90, and 91. So this is smaller parts here. So 89, bottom right, 91 I got, and 2 90s there a little bit to the left. So 1 and 2. So 91 is gonna go into that where the thicker portion is at. And then 90 is gonna go right at the center here with the thicker portion towards the bottom. All right, that's like a little camera. Step number 2 on the bottom there, we need part number 92 and 2 3s. And so 92 is that little L shape here, right at the center line, almost at the bottom. And then we need part number 3. Let's see, we have it on that little piece part where 80 and 81 was. There's 2 of them. And let's see, we don't need to wax or sand them because there's nothing's gonna go over it. So this guy, a little tab, is gonna go through this hole. And then we're gonna do part number 3 over it somehow. Helping tool is probably gonna go from inside just to keep that part straight. Let's see if I turn it sideways. I need to push part number 3 all the way in. Kind of little camera. So and that camera is gonna go into the front somewhere. And the satellite's gonna go into the front. Let's see, to the back. So this is facing this direction. Let's see, the camera is gonna go into this little hole right here, top left, or front left. And the satellite's gonna go into this hole right here, towards the front and all the way in. So we can turn it around, and that completes our assembly. Now we're gonna put it on the side. I'm cleaning up the desk a little bit here. And let's see, need to make a little small sign here. Which is going to be part number 93 right at the bottom right, and 2 parts number 94. There should be somewhere, we had them pulled out a little bit earlier. They were either in the like 65 or 63 or something like that. So 94, 2 of them. So this is our little sign holder. Let's see, make sure this little slots are facing the same direction. These guys. Insert these into the holes like this, and then our little NASA sign that we had before, that goes right into here, into this slits, kind of like a little slot holder. So you can put it like this right next as a display right next to the model. I'm gonna put it aside right now. So the key storage would be in here. There's like 2 little slots in here, so we can store it in here. And then when you pull it out, we push it into the stop selector. You might have to rotate it a little bit just to lock it in. So maximum 7 times half turns. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Set it down. Put the key back in so you don't lose it. Put it to start. and the rover is gonna go. You may need it to do a little bit push or play around with it a little bit longer. Lock it up, take the key. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Put it back in, put it to start. Goes. Put it into stop. We can like go, these wheels can go down like this, and then when we put into the start position, they also should rotate, but not much because there's rubber bands that are breaking the folds. All right, I'm gonna put it in stop, leave it as is for now. Let's see, are there functions on page 22? So let's see. Step number 1, we take the little camera off, we put the seats up, one seat and the second seat, we put these up, unfold these guys. Take the camera and put it where? I know those when it's folded, right? Let's see. There was seats unfolded with the camera and satellite going forward like this. All right, the second step, actually step number 1, we fold the seats down. We put the key in here. We take the camera, we move it, and we take the satellite. So the camera is going to go where the satellite is at, facing the seats, correct? Let me see. No, in this section right here. Set it down. I'll fold the satellite. And the satellite gonna put on the side. Then we can fold the wheels. Fold this up. Hold on. Hold on. Let me see how to fold this guy up. Oh, we push this up. Fold the wheels. Push this up. And then fold the wheels. Turn it all right, once again, push it, lock it, wheels up, wheels up. Wheels up, locks it in, and then take the camera. Camera is supposed to be sitting here. That's our operation here, and then the satellite. Will go on the side right here, onto these little guys. And that would be our, yep, satellite in here on the side, into this holder. It's just loose, there's nothing to it, and just like this. So that's a folded function of the Lunar Rover. All right. Just like this. And that's the folded function, and I think that's it. So pretty much to set it back up, we pick it up, we kind of let the wheels drop, and they will unlock. We move the camera once again, we move it to the front as we explore the moon. We take our little satellite, turn it around, set it into the spot, open up the seats, get on those seats, and then we can wind it up when it's in stop, and then put the key back in, put it into start position, and explore the planet or the rock. All right, moon in this case. All right, we're done with our assembly. If there are any questions, please feel free to leave a comment below the video. You can also send us email to info@ugears.us. If you need any replacement parts, you can contact us, info@ugears.us. That's UGears.us. And if you purchased it from one of the local stores or from our website directly, we'll replace it at no charge. If you got the model from either Amazon or UGearsModels.com, the manufacturer's website, you can request it from us and we can ship it from our United States warehouse in Chicago with a faster delivery, but it's going to be about a few dollars for the shipping charges. Part will be free, and we can replace as many as we can, whatever is available in stock. The other option is to order directly on manufacturer's website at UGearsModels.com, or send email to the manufacturer, customer service at UGearsModels.com. Once again, if there are any questions, feel free to send us email or leave the comment below. Don't forget to explore our website, sister website, UKidzToys.com. That's UKIDZTOYS.com. There are a lot of more toys on there besides UGears. This was Dimitri with Ukidz LLC, and we'll see you guys next time.